All right, hello everyone. We have finished Q1 of 2022 with good news, right? The cryptos market has been up in the past 3 to 5 days, very strong, right? And as a newbie, how should we digesting it, right? Um, Today I will share with you what I've been learning so far in the past 3 months, and hopefully can share with you uh, the insight come out from it. Uh, Bear in mind that this is not financial advice, right? So you found it logical, you can try to apply it, but if you lose um, based on my advice, then don't take anything personal, right? Everyone have different learning curve. Um, so just like enjoy the market responsibly, and hope you can enjoy as much as you can, and stay focused on what you are doing. Now let's start it, right? So number one, why am I not um, doing the video every week, every month, or every day, just like any other YouTuber, right? No, I cannot do this. Number one is because everyone is, like working full time, just like you guys. So I cannot do it every single day, or even like, you know, like, like have enough energy to compile a lot of data or a lot of like news into a very concrete 20-minute video, right? So I have to do it as over a long period of time. This will help me to digest the info, to verify it, because sometimes the news is so like intense, like making me feel really impulse into buying or investing into a particular coin, and it's end up wrong, or make it very simple that I sell too early and I cannot earn it, I cannot maximize my potential profit, right? So that is the reason why I took a longer time to decide that my pattern of uploading should be every quarter, right? In that way I can feel more confident in what I share, rather than like just some random news and then it like end up next week, the coin that I bought is just like diving, right? That's my rationale of doing like every quarter video. Number two, right, is that what is the main topic of this video, right? We will talk about uh, some like common norm about the crypto, the blockchain in general, and we will talk a little bit of the large institution adoption, um, and we will end up wrapping the whole video about the last like 14 days of the crypto market and how it's be like. Okay, so number one, let's start with something simple, right? The Canadian trucker protest, right? In this one, we have a norm saying that, or at least the government already have a policy saying that we're gonna block the crypto exchange, or like the payment of BTC, in order to stop the protest. This assumption is super naive, right? Whoever organized the protest will never have one source of funding, right? Even the baby know how to find food if the parents is not around. That is by our nature, right? So in terms of the protester, the number one source of income is from their own, right? They feel not happy about it, they doing it at their own cost. That number one source of funding. Number two, it is from the sponsor, right? Whoever want these trucker to earn more benefit or want to drive the protest will sponsor them, right? And then number three is simply some are those that feel empathize for their cause, right? These are the supporters. So there is a third way, and And number four is, of course, like crypto here is just a random call out, right? Just to say, oh, you can support these people with the crypto, that's why you should doing it, and this is why we should blocking you, right? That is very dumb to saying that, right? But again, thanks for the news. BTC is once again get free advertising, free FOMO, free of a lot of things, because that's how we communicate and how the news, the journalists will capture this title and let us read about it, right? So don't be stupid about that. Of course, we can support those protesters with, like BTC, whatever, like crypto payment. But in the end, they can still block you by what? It's very simple. The crypto payment is just the middle part of the whole transaction. Because in the end, what do people need to support them? People need food, right? People need internet. People need electricity. People need water and transportation. How do you get these things? Right? Internet, you need electricity. If we cut you internet, can you process transaction payment, right? If we cut you the ATM or don't provide you the way to access to an ATM, can you withdraw the money that you send them through the crypto? And the most important one at the moment is we need an exchange to converting the crypto payment that you make from one exchange to another, or one person to another, or one wallet to another, and convert it into cash, right? If they stop the exchange, how can you withdraw? So again, whoever writing about this is really, really dumb to me, right? And me as a new person, I knowing it. It's just how the news driving you crazy about it, okay? So that's one. Number two is large institution adoption, right? I've been mentioning about this since my last year summary. Yeah, but now there's more and more, right? And they are not purchasing these coins, or whichever coin they choose to do it. They will never buy at the exchange, because that will drive up the price, right? And when the price is going up, people are going to sell it. That will be depressing the investment that they make at that point, right? So they never do that. They will make like behind the scene payment, right? They just quietly keep it there, but they announce the news saying that this company, like those KPMG, Ernst & Young, Apple, they're announcing it, is to signal to the investor, hey, we do have this kind of service, come do business with us. That is the end way, because even though the general consensus of the large organization, they are not, like their readiness to be in the crypto market, to me, is not there yet. But on the investor side, they have so much money to invest, and they don't know where to do. I mean, where to do, where to go, what to do, right? So they just go to the traditional organization, and they ask for it. And of course, as a business, you're gonna try to make it happen, right? So yeah, this is how the large institution will adopting the things, right? Kind of relationship between the large institution, like trustworthy company, and the investor. Again, crypto, blockchain, BTC, Ethereum, all kind of coin get their name, free advertise again, right? So for this news, you won't be able to see, like especially for the Canadian and the large institution adoption, you won't see the price fluctuation much, because as I mentioned, it's happened behind the scenes. So you almost likely never seeing that, right? But if you hear the news saying that this coin has a new projects, or like those news that is not directly from the mainstream organization, it tends to boost a little bit because this is more uh, like the coin and the on-chain manipulation in order to gain more active wallet, more user, more inflow of money, right? So this second topic is, I think it's good to close it. Now come to the last one, which is the hottest so far, which is the Ukraine war with Russia and the rest of the world versus Russia, right? Yeah. So in this war, BTC again has been advertised for free X time. X time here means number of the time that it has been using to advertise for free. So yeah, again, they're gonna say, oh, you can support this world, even not just Ukraine, you can support the Russia as well, um, in terms of facilitating the payment, right? But again, you need to go through some sort of platform in order to provide or converting the coin into cash, because in the end cash is what people use to buy on their daily basis, right? You will never see someone who, hey, I have a couple of 0.000 something BTC, can I buy a noodles? No one will doing that because BTC is very expensive, very rare, that we will not want to use it for your daily purchases, right? You need to convert it, you need to trade to earn it, and then converting it, right? So yeah, don't be foolish or don't be childish about this kind of news. But for this particular case, right, it does really help because smaller party or small group of people or even individual uh, in this world with them, they want to supporting it, so they will buy using their cash or whatever would mean it. They will converting their crypto in and sending to like Ukraine, even sending to Russia. So this will support the price. But if it's like large organization, you will most likely will never see a price from, like as I mentioned. Yeah. So in this one, I see a positive impact on the crypto price in general. Uh, that's why we see in the past few days or past few weeks, you see the price pump, right? That is part of the positive news. But I think there's a bigger news on top of that. Is the I think one of the founder of the Luna or whatever change is it, like I think he, because he want to stabilize his coin um, uh, converting ratio, he decided to go with the BTC and he purchases a lot of them over the exchange. So this will help boosting the price of the BTC like crazy, and people try to swing trade, it end up like they missing the opportunity that it will pump, right? So these kind of like super big whales and like influence, kind of like I kind of call them influencer a little bit like Elon Musk. They can swing the market for a few times, right? Based on their behavior, based on their large transaction, or based on their methodologies of how they will support their own coin or their own products by purchasing BTC. So yeah, so his decision really supporting the coin so far, right? And then the next big news is that the testnet of the Ethereum POS has been there. Like I'm not saying done yet because it's still a testnet, and they are still in the transition, moving from the proof of work to proof of stake on the Ethereum, right? So they keep a partial promise, which have been late for quite long time, right? So this giving the investor, the small retailer like me, to kind of like FOMO in, right? So that will support the Ethereum price. As you can see, this news is so big that when BTC price is dropping for like a day or two, Ethereum still going up, right? Mainly because the product, when it's complete, it sells for itself, right? It doesn't need for any kind of like external party, right? Like a whales or whatever it is to supporting it. Yeah, so that is what happened with the market, particularly in the last couple weeks of March, right? You're going to see a positive impact on it. And of course, March is what? March is when the company is finishing their tax. They know how much money they have left to invest. They know what is the outlook for next year. So as stock market, it's tend to rise during this time, right? And that's a good time for all other, like investment decision to be made during this time. It will help support the Bitcoin as well, right? Or the cryptocurrency in general, because cryptocurrency right now, it's not just transacting, right? It's also a business or investing decision for other organizations. So that's why you see this is another clue where you can say, okay, the market is good, right? And I think this will conclude my video for today, and thank you for watching.